we're going to look at two websites in this lesson, websites that can help you find power language for your resumes, for your cover letters, and also you can use in interviews and any business correspondence. The first site is this, put together by Phil Baker, resumedictionary.com. And this is a site where you can find power words to describe abilities, power words to describe skills. Now the way this works, he's got a database of words linked to a database of sentences with those words, and the index, the front end to the database, are these links. So let's say I'm interested in power words to describe ability, demonstrating responsibility. So we click on demonstrate responsibility. We get a list of words here. So let's see foster. Foster is a good word. Let's click on that. All right, so here we see the page foster. We see fosters to further something, to care for something. So gives you a little bit of explanation about how you can use it, the collocations that it used with. You can foster an idea, foster business undertakings. Now we see examples of how you can use that to demonstrate abilities and skills. So let's say you want to use it to demonstrate an attention to details. Here's a model sentence. Developed a client information flowchart with simplified insurance claims and fostered an increase in annual profit. Okay. Here we've got fostered new word-of-mouth business. So it's an alternative word to create, to support, something like that. So that's clicking through and looking at the word foster. Let's see if we want power words for a skill. We looked here at demonstrating responsibility and ability. Let's look at management skills, okay? Now again, we'll come up with a similar set of words. Some of the words will be the same words. So here we've got words that come up linked to management skills. So let's look at listen. Now we come up with a page that shows us use of the word listen in various contexts, a little bit of description, but then how it collocates. You listen to other people, you listen to clients, prospects, what you can use it for in resumes, what abilities you can use it for. We drill down to using it in management skills, created flexible work shifts after listening to the needs of employees. So again, it is a very useful tool. He has a database, a relatively small database of power words, but they are linked to different examples in demonstrating abilities, different examples in demonstrating skills. Very much worth your time. Go through there, see if you can find some language that maybe you can use in your accomplishment statements, to put in your resumes, to put in your cover letters. So that's resumedictionary.com. And in our next site, we will look at a collocation dictionary, a database, a corpora that contains a database of language that you can also use to find power words and power language for your resumes and cover letters. All right, the second site we're going to look at today is a corpus. This is specifically the Corpus of Contemporary American English. A corpus is simply a body of language. And a body of language is another term for a database of language. So the various corpora that are out there are databases. This is a database of American English, and the particular advantage of this database is it's updated regularly. So we are going to enter here. Now, it's a free site. You do need, if you're going to use it regularly, you do need to set up an account, but as I say, it's a free site, so now I've logged in. The way this works is you will enter words or search strings over here. Collocates means words that other words go with. These boxes over here are genre boxes, so we're going to stay with ignore, but you can look in the spoken genre, fiction, magazines. Then you can drill down further, news, genre, academics, and also by time. As I say, we're going to just look at all genres together. So the first thing we're going to do is we are going to do a search for adjectives that describe workers. Now the search strings that you'll use most commonly are for nouns, verbs, adjectives, and adverbs. You can find them in the part of speech list here, or we'll just use them in the search box. Adjectives are the J, okay, J, you see, got this set up here. Left bracket, J, asterisk, right bracket, and then the noun, all right? And that is asking for all different adjective types. If you want to drill down and look at the different tags, you can do that as well. You can find specific kinds of adjectives. But we're going to look at all adjectives, ignore the genre, and search. So we find various adjectives that collocate with worker. Here we have hard worker, all right? We know a hard worker, someone who works hard. We can click on that and we'll find the example language. You can see the collocation, so obviously follows after the verb to be. I am a hard worker, like that, okay? So that's easy enough. But now let us say, how could we describe a worker other than hard worker if we wanted to use a synonym? So there's a synonym tool here, the left bracket equals, we put in our word. So this will say, find synonyms for the adjective hard that collocate with worker. And we find a hard worker, a fast worker, a relentless worker, an intense worker, fierce, durable worker. All right, relentless, intense, and fierce, those are all very strong words. So let's take a look at relentless worker, examples of that. We see he won't quit, he's a relentless worker, he will run through a wall for you. All right, somebody who'll run through a wall for you, that's an idiom in English. Obviously someone who's very dedicated to a task. But so now we've found a nice collocation, a relentless worker. So we might ask, what other things can we use relentless with? So let's try relentless, and what other nouns does relentless collocate with? Okay, so we've got the search string here. Now we can talk about relentless pursuit, relentless pressure. Nobody likes really relentless pressure, but let's take a look at relentless pursuit. All right, relentless pursuit of, we see that it collocates primarily with the preposition of. If we want to double check that, there's keywords in context here, and I'll show you that. Let me show you that. Relentless, keywords in context. We see that we have relentless, let me do relentless pursuit, keyword in context, just to show you how you can find prepositions and whatnot. See, relentless pursuit by law enforcement. All right, it's a criminal being pursued, but you see relentless pursuit of, that just points out to you that that's the preposition that goes relentless pursuit of. So you may have relentless pursuit of your dream job. All right, so let's go back to relentless, the noun collocation list. See what else we've got here. Relentless drive, that's a collocation we use in business. Relentless drive to provide, relentless drive to do something. So relentless drive to do something is a collocation you can use. Relentless focus on something. Relentless focus on, and you see on spending, on maintaining. That tells you would use a gerund with it, an ing form. Relentless focus on the numbers, all right? A numbers person, an accounting person would have a relentless focus on the numbers. So this is an example of using this tool to explore the English language. We found the synonym for hard worker, relentless worker. We found nouns that would collocate with relentless. Just want to show you a couple more examples. Let's say you have led a team and you're looking for other ways to say lead a team. So lead a team, all right? Again, we use the synonym tool. You can run a team, you can manage a team, you can direct a team. These are direct a team, manage a team, lead a team. Those are all good power language you can use. And finally, we're going to look at We design a program. What else can we do that is similar to design? What synonyms can we use for design a program? We can create a program. We can devise a program. Now, propose is a little bit different. Plan a program, outline. Outline is a little bit like propose or design. Construct a program, suggest a program. So again, these are power verbs that you can use in your resume, that you can use in your accomplishment statements, that you can use in your cover letter. All right, so let's look at verbs, how we can use the tool to find verbs that go with certain nouns. A job. We can get a job, we can have a job, we can take a job. Now, you may have heard me in the previous lessons talk about landing a job. That is a similar meaning. Now, job is a little bit informal. We might describe a position. Position is a little bit more formal language. What can we do with that? Take a position. Now, accept a position. Be offered a position. You hope you be offered a position. So you've seen offer, take, accept. Those are all good verbs that collocate with position. So this was a brief overview of this corpus. It's a tremendous tool. I use it in writing courses. I use it for myself when I write. It's again, the search strings that you'll use. N finds all nouns. J finds all adjectives. I'll show you R finds adverbs. Let's try it with what adverbs could we use with hard worker, a very hard worker, a really hard worker, an extremely hard worker, incredibly hard worker. These are all a little bit over the top, but that's all right. So R is your adverbs, J is your adjectives, V is your verbs. So those primarily nouns, adjectives, and verbs. Those are the search strings that you'll use most commonly in this corpus. And the synonym tool is also very useful. And then as you drill down, you can see the collocations, you can see how the language is put together. So we've looked at two websites today. We looked at Corpus of Contemporary American English that you can use to investigate the English language, and we've looked at the resumedictionary.com that you can use to find power words to express certain abilities and certain qualities that are valuable to you on your resume, cover letter, or in interviews.